today's video is a collaboration with Mrs. Morgan Leigh. She is on YouTube and Instagram. Those links are down in the description, so please go check out her channels. She does awesome shop with me videos at Walmart and the Dollar General and Goodwill and just all over the place. And she also has shopping haul videos and cleaning videos, so please go check her out. Hello everyone, it's Joni with This Busy Mama. We are heading into our local Goodwill today to see what treasures are waiting for us. We're gonna see what we can find that is vintage, that we can flip for a profit on our website and Etsy and eBay. So let's see what we can find. I thought I would come in at a different angle this time, from a different end of the Goodwill, so we'd have a little bit of a change up of what we look through first. So we started here on the end caps, and then we're going to travel down the toy section. I don't normally pick up anything in the toy aisle, but I do like to come through here and look just in case, because I know that puzzles can sell for a pretty decent price on eBay if they're unopened. So I look to see if I can find any brand new ones. Oh look, there's a whole bag of Pez. This bag was full of Pez, but it seemed like they were all newer Pez dispensers, so I passed on those. The older Matchbox and Hot Wheels cars can sell for a pretty decent amount also, if you can ever find them. I might look those up. This Goodwill sells holiday items all year round, so they do have some Christmas stuff here. Here's a piece of fused glass for 99 cents. I didn't want to have to hold on to that until Christmas time, so I put it back on the shelf. But I did see this Santa, and this is Fitz and Floyd, and that is a good name. For $2.29, I thought I would give it a try. I have never found a vintage Santa mug, so I am on the lookout for those, and I will pick those up any time of the year if I find one. Normally, the music in this Goodwill is playing so very loud that I have to do a voiceover through the whole thing, but this time it seems like it wasn't. Maybe it's just the end of the store I started on isn't under the speaker. I don't know. So it's kind of nice to not have to do a voiceover through the whole entire video. We'll get those for Bailey. That's interesting. That is leather. That's interesting. I think we'll get that. I like to dig through the craft things because Bailey likes to craft a lot, and I do some crafting once in a while when I have time. So I look through to see what kind of stuff they've got here. Bottle caps. Lots of bottle caps. That's kind of quick there. That could be forgivable. It's like the tortoise shell. Is that what that's called? We'll give it a try. What is this thing? Let's see. Oh, it's just drawers. Look at all this tape. Oh my gosh. Glue and tape. A tape dispenser. It looks like someone got rid of their entire craft stash. Good for someone, I guess. I didn't need any of this stuff. And here comes the music, so it's time for the complete voiceover. But I see the entire glass aisle is blocked off with yellow tape because the roof is leaking. So that stinks. I can't go down that aisle. This little box was interesting, but then it was made in China, so I put that back. And then we have this, and this is a souvenir piece from somewhere. I'm not sure. This was some sort of a whiskey box or something. It had a whiskey name on it. There was supposed to be a 500-piece puzzle in that box, and there wasn't. This is neat. Am I going to show it to everybody? I'm out of frame on here. It was a wooden bowl that I probably should have looked up, but I didn't. It was kind of a big piece, so shipping would be more expensive on that. And that little heart-shaped box you saw me put in the cart, that is paper mache, and I really like those little lacquered paper mache boxes. This was a cute little shelf. I put that in the cart too. And so there were these bowls, I guess they were. They were kind of paw shaped. I'm not sure what they were for, but I'm wondering if they went to that wooden bowl over there that we just looked at. Here is a bell, but it wasn't a real bell, it was a music box. And that's kind of cool. So now I'm wishing I would have picked that up. Check out that baby cradle. Isn't that sweet? Of course, they had it on the shelf where the price tag couldn't be seen. It had these vintage little decals on the sides. And let's see, what did they have on this? $4.49. And you know, I think pink tags were half price this day. So that was an amazing deal. If someone had a little girl with baby dolls, that would be perfect. Bailey has outgrown her baby dolls. She still plays with Barbies, but she doesn't play with the babies anymore. There's a lot of nice wooden shelves down here on the bottom shelf. And then this looked neat too, but I do think this is a more modern piece. It looks like it's covered in leather, but I think that is faux leather. Not able to read what that says while I'm editing my screen. I edit from my phone, so my screen that I get to see when I'm doing this is very tiny, so when I have to try to read something, I can't. I need to start editing on the computer, I know, but it's so easy from my phone. And there's a cute little children's chair. I have a slight obsession with small chairs, and I tend to collect too many of them. This was probably a vintage little box here, but I'm not sure about ducks, so I passed on that. They had a lot of these primitive wooden turned plates, but they're all modern primitives. They would probably still sell pretty well on eBay though. Here's a nice vintage spice rack. This one's a little bigger than what I would like for shipping, and it doesn't have any of the spice bottles, but I have recently just picked up a spice rack with all of the apothecary jars. So that was a nice find. And here's one of my favorite things to find, these little vintage jewelry boxes. This one is in such amazing condition. The satin on the inside doesn't even have a pinhole in it. It was pretty amazing. Now I think that is a jewelry box there beside it too. I'm not sure that I even looked at that one. There's just a certain characteristic to those little jewelry boxes that stands out to me, and I have to pick them up. They remind me of my grandma. This thing was really cool. It was a photo album, but the cover on it was really hard and almost, I don't know if it was, I kind of want to say it was like lucite, but I don't know. I don't know what this was. It was pretty cheap, and if pink tags were half price, then that was a really good deal. It did have a lot of scratches on it, so that was my main reason for not getting it, was the damage to it. But it was pretty cool. I love the bread boxes, but finding a box big enough to ship it in and someone who's willing to pay the shipping price for it, that's a different story. This was interesting too, but the sticker on the bottom said made in China. This thing here is also vintage, but I don't think there's a big crowd of buyers waiting on something like that. This was a cool basket. Why didn't I buy that? I don't know. I don't know. I should have. See, I don't know. When I'm going through these aisles and I'm looking and I'm videoing, my mind is in too many places at one time, and it's really hard for me to focus. That basket I should have picked up. This one, no. This one was not that great. And here's a little felt pumpkin. I don't know if this was some sort of a little dish type of basket. There's a nice picnic basket. I wish shipping wasn't so high because these are the kinds of things that I love. And I don't know. I think other people love them too, but I don't think anybody wants to pay the high shipping costs. And these are paper plate trays. You would put your paper plate on there and it helps to make it more sturdy. There's another stack of those, but these ones are more expensive. They were $2.29. And come to think of it, pink tags were not half priced on this day, and that's why I did not buy those. But I did buy the stack that was $1. This was kind of neat. This was a vintage photo album, but it was a box. But the lid was kind of sprung and wouldn't stay closed, so I did not get that. There is a very old microwave for $16.99. I thought that was kind of funny. Uh, I don't even know if it would be safe to use this microwave. This was a nice toaster. It was a Hamilton Beach, but when I picked it up, I did notice that there were little dents all over it. And then here we have, this is a VHS tape rewinder. I don't know if those are still popular or not. I remember a time when they were. And here is the glass aisle all blocked off, which is a bummer, but I'm trying to see if there's anything on these ends that I can reach that is interesting to me. Not really. I'm sure the good stuff is in there though. It's always where you can't go, right? When you can't get to it, that's where it's at. This is a very old desk lamp. It would clip on to the desk. I see an old can opener back there too. Some vintage lamps up there. I'm really not into shipping lamps. I think this is a hot dog and bun warmer toaster. I'm not positive though. And here we have an Instapot. Sorry that my fingers are in the way. I switched hands and I'm not good at filming with the other hand. Oh, this one was just for rice and grain. It was only $6.99. So this was a rice cooker, not a pressure cooker. I grabbed this little duck for my own collection. I thought he was cute. I am going to change the ribbon that's on his neck. I think a yellow ribbon would be cute. For spring decor, here is a cat. I'm not sure what that's for, why his mouth is open like that. Maybe he's to hold a sponge or something for washing dishes. I'm not sure. At least once a week, I like to take you along thrifting with me. I thrift for vintage items for my online shops as well as items for my own home. I show you what I bought and what I plan to sell them for. If that sounds fun to you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell to be notified next time I upload a video. This little granny figurine is on a cork. I'm not sure what she would go to, maybe some sort of a bank. I don't know. If you know, let me know down in the comments. These grapes were on this piece of marble. I'm not sure what this thing was. had little tiny drawers. Were they for toothpicks, maybe? I don't know. If you know what that was, let me know also. So here's this little girl and little boy with their carts of kittens, and I just so happened to pick up the little girl with her kittens at the last Goodwill that I was at, but there was no little boy with her. So there were those two. I probably should have got the little boy so that I could have a pair, but I passed. They're Homeco figurines. This is a little ladybug ornament for $1.99. I don't know why I didn't pick that up. That was really cute. It's not vintage. It's why I didn't pick it up. But then again, I picked up these thinking I would sell them on eBay or Bailey would want them for 99 cents. Little Easter ornaments made out of wood. I like to pick up candlesticks, and that one was really pretty. But I also like to pick up candlesticks in pairs, not singles. I should probably break that habit, but I just think candlesticks should come in pairs. Unless they're brass and they are like different sizes, then you can mix and match them, I think. And there are some hubcaps, some Chevy hubcaps, rusted, crusty, very dirty hubcaps. I was surprised that this little unicorn was vintage. It was a Lipco. I don't know why it surprises me because I know unicorns have been a magical thing for a long, long time. There was a little trinket box. It was a made in China piece. I always look for the Limoges ones. Limoges is a more high-end trinket box. I'm not sure if that's a kitty or a fox. I think it's a fox, but it must have been bisque because I did not like the way it felt. This candlestick is just beautiful. I don't think that there was a signature on there. And of course, there was only one. I was trying to peel the sticker there, and then I didn't end up showing who made that. Maybe there was no sticker. I'm not sure. Here's a little kitty glass candle holder. I usually find some good stuff in this section, so I'm looking over it really good. And even after I'm done filming, I come back to this section just to give it another look because it's so easy to miss things. This was a cute little hut with hearts all over it, but it was broken at the top. This is a little bell. I'm not sure why it's in a bag. I was trying to see if it would actually ring. You know, I have to pick up the bells and ring them. Even though I don't buy them, I still have to ring them. This woman, I don't know what the deal is with her. I'm going to have to look her up. this planter, this is the second time I've seen this, and I would have picked her up today in this video had she not been cracked like that. There's something about her. I don't know. If she wasn't cracked, I would have got her. Now we're going to go down the plastics aisle here. I see some Brita filters. I'm going to pick these up for me because my Brita pitcher is ready for a filter change, so that works out perfect. I do look for vintage Tupperware pieces too. A lot of the time they are missing their lids or they are so worn out they're not worth picking up. But I have picked up some canisters, Tupperware canisters in the past and did really well with them. So I always look through the Tupperware. This, it had a wooden handle, so I know it was vintage, but I don't know about resale for that. So I just put it back. And there's actually a few of those. The one wasn't as vintage as the other, but... And then there's a fondue pot up there. And an apple peeler. That's vintage too, but again, resale on that. And that is a heavier metal, so the shipping would be higher. These have a lot of tarnish on them, so I didn't pick those up. Trying to find the maker on this piece, but it must be underneath some tape somewhere. There. Let's see if I show what the name is. There were a few of these hot plate things here, but they weren't really interesting, so I left those. I always like to take a glance at the silverware here too to see if there's anything interesting. This was a cute little pot. It was $3.39 though, or I would have picked it up for like an air plant or something. I thought it was really cute. And here is a thermos, but I think this is a newer one and it's not very attractive. So like the red ones and the colored pattern ones are easily sold. Nobody really wants the plain ones. This is just a cheap version of the Our Daily Bread. Some candlesticks. This is a Houdini wine opener. A door knocker. I don't know that it was vintage though. There were a whole bunch of these on the shelf. The bottom was clear. So were they just cups? Like, I don't know. What are those? Are they steins of some sort? I thought it was strange that the bottom was clear. So if you know what they are, let me know. This clock was kind of cool. For $4.49 though, I wasn't sure about that. I think this was an inkwell, but one of the wells was actually missing out of there, so I didn't get that. Here is another one of those Give Us This Day Our Daily Bread pans, but these are sold all over the place, so I don't pick those up. I thought this was interesting. I'm not sure how well the horse stuff would sell for me, so I didn't pick this up. So we are about to wrap the shopping part of this video up. Stick around because I'm about to show you everything that I bought today, and you'll get to see what I'm listing things for also. This painting was so beautiful. This is done on velvet. It needed some work. It was only $2.29. This doesn't match anything in my house, but I thought it was beautiful, and I can't ship something like this. All right, so we picked up a lot of good stuff today. I wasn't expecting to have this great of a haul, but this is excellent. So our first thing we found was this Mako dragon. It's not the first thing, it's just the first thing on my list. This Mako dragon bank, and this thing is not vintage. It's actually marked Mako 2012 on the bottom, and so it's not vintage, but it's really, really cool. It does have a teeny tiny little paint loss there on the tip of its beak, nose, snout. Not sure what you call that on a dragon. But I paid $3.39 for him, and he is listed for $30. It does have the stopper also. The next thing we have is this vintage sewing box, and this is plastic, but it's the tortoise shell, the faux tortoise shell. And it does have the tray inside here, but the tray does have a crack, like a chip taken out of it there. It's still usable, and it still sits down in here like it's supposed to. It's just missing a little piece. So I thought this was pretty cool. I paid $2 for it, and it's listed for $30. I think it's a toss-up between the dragon and this as being my favorite things. You guys know I love vintage jewelry boxes, and these ones like this, the cardboard ones, are my favorite kind. And this one is absolutely beautiful. It is in very good condition, and there's not a single pinhole in that silk or satin. There's little flowers on there. The outside is in really good condition also. The corners have the tiniest little bit of wear on them. You can see there. Not much at all. So this is just beautiful. And it was cheap too. It was $2.29 and it's listed for $35. I've not found one in that good of condition in a long time. But this, there's no key. That would be the ultimate thing there. The key was there. The next thing I found was this leather bound, I don't know if you call this a journal, a drawing pad. I'm not sure. It's just blank paper. It's kind of like a manila paper. And I thought it was really cool. And I did do a search of these letters, the Chinese letters, on Google Lens. And it came up and said that it says anything is possible. So that makes sense. I think this would be a journal or for doodling, drawing, something like that. It was only $2 and it's listed for $22. Then I picked up this stack of wicker plates. Now you would put your paper plate on here and it helps to make it more sturdy. Actually have a paper plate here. You just set your paper plate on there, and then when your food is on there, it's more stable than the old floppy paper plates. So I've split these up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 of them. And I've split them up into sets of matches. So I have a set of 4 here. And they've got like a braided rim. These are perfect for plates, as you saw me use it there. But you can also use these for a gallery wall. Like they could be like wall baskets. You can hang them on the wall. I would get like a mixture of different ones if you wanted to do that. They come in lots of shapes and sizes and colors. So look that up if you haven't seen that yet. Basket gallery wall. They're pretty cool. So anyways, the 4 of them, actually I paid $1, I think, for the whole set. So the 4 of them together are listed for $20. And then I have a set of 2 matching ones, and they also have the braided rim, but they're thicker. They're more sturdy, I think. And these ones, the set of 2 is listed for $16. And then I have this one that's completely different from the rest. This one is even more sturdy. And this one's listed for $9. So now we have this cute little paper mache box, hand painted in India. Oh, the sticker says, it looks like it says idea, but I think the I and part of the N has worn off of there. But it is like a lacquer box. Little trinket box. I wish I would have had this listed for Valentine's Day, but I didn't make it that far. But it's really pretty. I liked it. I paid $2.29 for it, and this one's listed for $25. Next, I found this little bag of wooden Easter ornaments. I don't believe these to be vintage. I think they are newer, even though vintage now is anything from 2002 back. So if they were made in 2002, they're actually considered vintage according to Etsy standards. But these will be listed on eBay, not on Etsy. So there's 24. Yes, there's 24 of them in here. And I paid $1 for them, and they're listed for 10. I know it's not Christmas time, but when you see something and it's Fitz and Floyd, you might want to pick it up. Fitz and Floyd stuff usually goes pretty well. There are some things that don't sell well. This is one that's not like super expensive, but it's still very cool and it's vintage. So I picked him up. He was $2.29 and he's listed for $16. He's pretty cool. He does have some crazing in his beard. And this is the Fitz and Floyd Snack Therapy. And the next things, I have never picked these up before. I am not a fan of football. I just have never really gotten into it. I guess I just don't understand it. So it's just never appealed to me. But my son does plan on playing football next year. So I may change my mind about it. I may learn some things and understand what I'm watching, so that may change. But I found these 2002, makes them vintage, Ohio State banners, pennants. This one is Ohio State versus Michigan, and this is the Big Ten champions, where Ohio State won. So I know that Ohio State and Michigan are rivals, and I figured this might be a good pickup. I don't know. I'm taking a chance here, but I'm not risking a whole lot because I paid $2 for this one. And it's in pretty good shape. It still has the paper tag from when it was bought. And it doesn't have a price on it, but the other one does. There's another one. This is the Ohio State 2002 National Champions pennant flag. And this one's price tag on the back was $20 back in the day. And this one was also $2. So I'm listing the two of them together, and they're going to be listed for $50. Do you think that I should list them as a buy it now, or do you think I should put them on auction? I'm not really sure about auctions, but I'm only in $4. So do you think that I should list these as an auction or buy it now? Do you think they might go for more than $50? I have no idea. So let me know down in the comments what you think. Stepping out of my comfort zone just slightly, but since we're not investing so much, it's not that bad. I picked up one more thing, but I'm keeping this for myself, probably for display. It's just this little 3-tiered shelf. I paid $3.39 for it. And it's just a cool little shelf. It's vintage. So that's all that I have. We spent a total of $20 and listed everything for $263. Now that's not counting this. Everything's listed for $263, and that leaves us with a profit of $243. So that's all that I have for you today. I thank you guys for watching, and if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button if you would like to see more, and hit the bell notification button to be notified every time I upload a video. Thank you so much.